So we've got 146, middle pin, uphill. Oh, it's warm though, it is very warm. I'm gonna go 7-iron. A little bit leaky, a little bit out to the right, but it should be okay. I've had the rights lately, so it's not the end of the world. This is sort of how I've been playing, and again, it's just about plotting my way round, seeing where that miss might be, and if we can get up and down now. Ooh, okay. Let's just get you out. I think that's the best I can do out of there. Obviously, it'd be ideal to try and get it up and down, but whenever I found myself now out of position, I'm trying to just take a bogey at worst. Hopefully we might still have a chance there, but I just don't want it to escalate to anything worse like a double. If I can keep them off the card, that would be ideal. Got a tiny touch in the left leg there. So that's telling me we've got a bit of a left to righter going on. Only a subtle touch though, so this one again, it's just about pace. We're uphill. Let's try and just put a good roll on it. We've done our read. Now I'm going to rehearse. Speed. Come in and execute. Oh, just off at the end there, but that's okay. Out of that rough, we gave ourselves a chance, but we'll take a 5 when we're out of position. And so far, the challenge of no 3 putts and no doubles stays alive. So we've got 148 to the pin, 120 to take the front bunker out of play on this par 3. I had a really lucky shot here yesterday. Well, unlucky and then lucky. So I was playing in a comp, take my tee shot, and you're about to see where I bounced off. Thought we'd be okay. It sort of hit that. We've had a bit of a heat wave here in the UK at the minute. Hit a bounce, kicked off into these ferns. I'm thinking, oh no, you know, you're trying to stitch a good score together. You're trying to go no doubles, no 3 putts. So I take a provisional. Hit the, as always, lovely provisional, not so great first tee shot, lovely provisional, and 1 putt from about 20 foot to scramble a bogey and keep the card alive, keep that challenge of no bogeys and no 3 putts alive. And so yesterday my putting average was actually 31, which is helpful towards the search for scratch, but greens and reg, just like the shot we had back there, wasn't so good. I think I only hit 5 greens in regulation, and so it was really down to can I save myself with my short game, with my putting. Luckily, most of the time it did come off okay, but yeah, it was a scramble. So I'm very much looking forward to straightening up my irons and hopefully not needing a provisional on this hole when we play this one today, unlike yesterday. Come on, Ratcliffe. Oh, it's a bit leaky again. Oh, not as bad as I thought. We're not bunker anyway, we're just in a little bit of rough. I'm just going to try and pop this up. Ooh. Sit. Okay, that's a little bit hefty. I always try and miss there. Oops, I think this is our pitch mark. Try and miss there if I can, because I just want to take those bunkers out of play. But it shows me I need to work on those little ones out the rough, around the green. Tiny touch in the right there. Oh gosh, go. Okay, not the best. We're on a bit of a scramble. We're a little bit hot, but we'll get in our swing, get in the flow. Let's tuck that away, hopefully. Oh wow, I'm happy with the hit, but that might be, I'll take that. I thought for a minute, when it's off the reds, you're like, that is in someone's garden, but off the yellows, it gives me a little bit more forgiveness. So we've got a long way. Par 5 and we're in the rough. I can't go for it because the green is actually around this tree. So I'm going to be sensible. We're going to take something that will get us out. The chaps on the tee there were very kind in helping me look for this, because if I was off the reds playing this one, it would get me in a little bit of trouble. We could be in somebody's garden. So that was quite a relief. And I'm just going to go 8-iron. I'm going to take it over the lip of this bunker. And at this stage, again, if we find ourselves out of position, it's just about plotting our way round well. I say this standing literally over the ball. That should be sensible. Could have been possibly more sensible and given ourselves a fairway. I think we've just edged into the rough there. Quite a lengthy one here. Ooh, just ran out of legs there, didn't she? Par. A little bit chunky. Caught that chip a little bit heavy, so it didn't quite give us the roll up that we would like for a birdie on this par 5. But we've got a little look here. Might be a long look, but it's a look. Oh, it just broke on me at the end there. A 5. So, I think there, really happy with the drive, really happy with the 3 rescue, the new addition to the bag. I feel like that's going to be a game changer, especially on the par 5s, which this is. It's not the longest par 5, so it could be gettable. And again, if I can build in confidence of even then bringing in 3 wood, which I've got, that's another new addition to the bag. We could have got on the green there, giving ourselves a better chance, but par, can't complain. Ooh, quite a bit of work to do with this one. I wanted to experiment there. I know it's not necessarily the time to experiment when I'm also trying to score well, but I think this is part of it. I've been taking a 7-iron on this hole just forever, really, off the yellows. And I thought, do you know what, it's a front pin today. I know I shouldn't go for that, but there was quite a bit of space in between the bunkers and the pin. And when I take 7, I always stand over it with a little bit of uncertainty, not knowing, is this going to be too much, especially in this heat? So today I just wanted to try 8 to see, and this has sort of reaffirmed it. I know it wasn't the cleanest hit in the world, so that probably lost a little bit of distance. But now I feel, do you know what, actually, this sacrifice of being short of the green, although not ideal, and again gives me a chance to practice my short game, now gives me that confidence when I do stand there and I choose 7, I know it's the club to go for, no matter what the pin, that the 7 is going to be the one that takes the trouble out of play, because we've probably got a club's length here. And so, you know, what could have been. So let's try and get this up there. I'm actually going to go pitch and wedge and chip and run, and I'm just going to try and feel this into the bank and let the roll take care of the rest. Oh, a little bit more than that. Okay, right idea, just a touch, landed it a touch shorter than I was hoping. I was sort of hoping to land it here where there's just a little bit of that bank, and then the run on the pitch and wedge, rather than say my 54, which I also brought with me, would hopefully get us a little bit closer than we are there. Oh, I haven't got much in that at all. If anything, a tiny touch, as they've been lately, in the right leg, which tells me it's going to go from a little bit left to right, but only a tiny touch. So I'm not going to give this away, actually. Oh, I thought we had it. I thought we had that. So that's a good lesson there, actually, that I've taken away from my golf lately. Whenever I've experimented and sort of played around with different shots, or maybe brought something out that I'm not certain of, often doesn't go as well. So lesson learnt there. I'll take the positive. Sensible again, I think. Lovely. Ooh, we have got a long way. Might have been too sensible there. This is a hole I can struggle with if the tee shot gets me into those trees. It's trying to pick the right play. I don't want to go too long and be tucked behind that tree. I would ideally like to be where I am here, but possibly a little bit further up. But without going for the height, obviously going for the height means that I can't go for the distance. So it's that trade-off, isn't it? And then hoping, even though we've got about 170 now, that we can get on the green, 2-putt, tuck away a par, move on. No, out to the right again. Just turning it over a little at impact there, still struggling with that flip. I think it's all down to my takeaway, but we're practicing short game today, it seems. Okay, right. I feel an up and down coming on. Let's see what we can do. We've got this bank here, so I'm going to try with my 58 to just do a little chip and run again, release one, but try and kill it in the bank. We've then got a bit of a slope there, which hopefully when we land on the green or sort of into the green will help us roll towards the hole. Let's just focus on the landing spot. That's what we wanted. Sit, 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 sit. Oof, okay. Not much in that again. We're having a few putts that don't have much in today. So, downhill. Let's just feel it in there. Oh my goodness. Another one just slides on by. Okay. Positive. Trying to squeak one out. No 3 putts so far and no doubles. But bogeying a par 5 is really not ideal for the search to scratch. So we've got some work to do when it comes to our ball striking. Might just be short of the bunker. Might be in it. Okay, I got away with that being in the bunker. But I think at this stage I might actually prefer to be in it. We've got a little bit of a tricky one here. Got a bare lie, so let's just try and pop this up. I've got my 58 degree. Get a little bit closer. Sit, 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 sit. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm happy with that. Tiny feel. Oh my goodness, it is warm. Finally, an up and down and a birdie. Whoop, almost got that one. A little bit chunky, but we're up there. Ooh, bit of a knee knock that one, isn't it? Oh wow, powered that past. Deary me, Jessica Ratcliffe. Oh no. It's the first 3 putt, which we didn't want. Let's see if we can bounce back. Okay, not ideal to be here. There was a bit of hoo-ha going on at the hut and I got a little bit distracted. But I can't blame that. We've got to work on that too. Focusing in, not losing focus during a round or knowing that this is the last hole that I'm filming. I'm wanting to end well. I'm trying to, where possible, keep that mental focus, that concentration throughout, one shot at a time. And if I do get distracted, step away, reset, or this might happen. We drive it into a bunker. So I've got quite a low lip here. And an okay stance. I'm going to give it a welly with a wedge. Oh, I was trying to be sensible as well. 73. That's the yardage, 100 yards and in. Gotta get it dialed. Oh, didn't have the legs. We've got a knee knocker now. Okay, so a less than ideal finish. A bogey on a par 5 again. I think there's so much low-hanging fruit in my game at the minute, but I just wanted to see where I'm at, start getting familiar with filming 9 holes on camera. The positives, we only had 1 3-putt. I would love to have had 0 to stick with our challenge of no 3-putts and no doubles. Another positive, we didn't have any doubles, which can really just blow up a score from the get-go. So I'm happy about those things, but again, I feel there's lots in there. Lots to be grabbed, and I feel like it's coming, but there's work to do for sure. The search for scratch is going to be a long one, and it's going to be a lot of graft, but I'm ready for it. And I think the first part of that low-hanging fruit has got to be my ball striking into the greens, really trying to up that green in reg number, because at the moment, yesterday in the comp, for example, over 18 holes, I had 33% greens in regulation. There was a lot of scrambling going on, which just puts pressure on my short game and my putting, a little bit like you saw today, putting that pressure on trying to get up and down. Sometimes it works and we can scramble a birdie or save par, and sometimes they just slip on by. But I think if I can really dial in my irons, my ball striking, and get a little bit more accurate, give myself a chance to get on the green in regulation and get the putter in my hand as quickly as possible, we can save some shots there. So let me know what you're working on in your game. Are you focused on a particular stat, or do you have a challenge that when you're playing you set yourself to really try and stay focused? Because I think I had a couple of slips today as well when it comes to concentration and decision making, a couple of experiments in there, or moments when I should have stepped away and I didn't. And then you kind of think, oh, actually I didn't hit the best shot there, or I didn't hit the target that I was aiming at. And it's just those little moments, that margin, that tight margin in golf, that can be the difference between a par, a bogey or a double, that I really want to try and work on. So let me know what you're working on in your game in the comments below, and I'll see you there.